Thank you very much. Really, I am grateful to Dr. Sahu and VAR India for giving this opportunity to discuss one of the important aspects in this August forum of CISOs. After my ministry's job, I joined SERI USA, Sustainable Electronics Recycling International. They are taking care of one aspects of our data. As you all know, how Indian economy is now growing of around $4 trillion economy. 25% is being pushed by our Digital India 10 years back, our ministry has initiated. So, this is the mind-blowing number, I am not reading it. Digital identity, your data, authenticated documentation through DigiLocker, 5G base 4.81 lakh kilometers, BharatNet connected with more than 2.5 lakhs villages. So, this is the data after 10 years, and as we all expected that this has give us an opportunity to build our business around data. So, data is important, as we all know, and this Digital India one important aspects we have maintained in ministry, that it should be accessible, it should be affordable, it should be inclusivity is there and innovation, and it at scale. So, with that growth, we have seen the growth of fintech, we have seen the growth of AI and all other disruptive technology. So, this has given us a chance to ease of living, ease of governance, ease of doing business. How we have seen the UPI innovation that is now accepted by 673 banks, more than 15 countries has adopted it. Now, we are transacting 28 trillion rupees per month. So, this is actually creating accessing our village population, the unbanking population 10 years back. So, we have penetrated around 55% of the population of our country through UPI. So, this phenomena has given a chance to create a data driven economy. So, presently 25 to 35 gigabyte data per person per month we are consuming. It will reach around 100 gigabyte by 2030. So, if you see the data traffic around 35 exabyte per month, so it will reach around 200 exabyte by 2030. Compute capacity is 2 to 5 exaflop to it will reach around 30 exaflop. Storage 4 zettabyte, now it will be a potential of 15 zettabyte 2030. My point is, this consumption, if you are talking about 4 decade back, our economy was the foundation of IT, ICT. Now, 25 onward another 2 decades, our economy will be based on AI. AI require a huge computation power, storage, and it requires a best electronics to perform, and dating of those electronics will be very fast. So, when it is dating, so we have to find out how we can manage or sustain the same growth along with our consumption of electronics, because material is not material is a shortage. I think you might be knowing in 1990 we are using 10 element of the periodic table for making our phone. 2005 we have made 27 element. Now, Apple 16 using 69 element of the periodic table, 69 element. So, best technology in the world also cannot extract all 69 element. Umicore Belgium, the best refineries, they can only extract 16 element. So, that is how sustainability is the main focus. SERI is promoting sustainability. So, if you are doing the sustainability, one of the important thing is ITAT, IT asset disposition. In ITAT, the company should not see that it should be your disposing your asset. You may upgrade your asset. Okay? But what we found after superannuation of my job, because incidentally I was crafted the DPTP Act of the country. Now my other officers, juniors, they are doing of DPTP rule. It is not the parliament, sir. For rule, it is not required. You have to just submit in the parliament. Approval of parliament is not there. Minister can also sign, but they are taking longer time. I am also embarrassed in many forum. Anyway, so IT asset are having a lot of data. We thought that we are erasing everything. There are forensic software, they can retrieve data. And it has been found globally 60% data is being compromised, 60% data has been compromised with a third party. So, what we should do? Of course, IT asset is the only law applicable in our country is Electronic Waste Management Rule 2022. DPTP rule, if is in place, then there are some part will be taking care of DPTP Act, of course, the personal data, but there are many other data IT companies are using, sensitive data. DPTP Act is not talking about, but there are personal data being processed by data fiduciary or data processors, that can we have a implication through this DPTP Act when the rule is implemented. But as a bulk consumer, because they are all bulk consumer, they are using the IT computers, laptop, all sorts of assets, and they are disposing every year. So, as a bulk consumer, presently under IT Act, your responsibility is only you have to keep the record where you have handed over your devices. But there is a moral commitment, there is a protect sensitive and personal data. It will be a legal commitment if the DPTP Act has been implemented in the country. Now, it is not implemented because rule is not there. So, other moral commitment I am not fooling, because as I mentioned, material sustainability is the important thing along with the environmental sustainability. So, you have to see how long you can upgrade your system and use it, because we are still a poor country, I should say. There is a difference of economical accomplishment. There is a rich class, there is a poor class. So, there are tier 2 city, tier 3 city, we can use many of the devices. So, instead of recycling, SERI is promoting refurbishment, and SERI's goal by 2035, another 10 years, every electronic product before going to the recycling chain, it should be refurbished. France is the only country having this rule now. So, we are promoting this, that it should be sustainable and you should use once the electronics, especially the data driven electronics. Now, DPTP Act, I am not going into the details, as you know, 11 August of 2023 it has come up, still rule is not there, and there are 3 stakeholders, data principal, data fiduciary and data processors, and the fine is significantly high. So, whatever I am taking the data in ITAT, if it is lost, so if it is found that some of the company is responsible for that, 250 crores is a fine. Of course, it digitally DPB board will decide, then there is a high court, then Supreme Court, it will be decided through legal means, but if it is fixed, then the fine is significant. So, small business, medium, it is next to impossible. So, apart from that, apart from DPTP, there are plethora of rules in USA. So, majority of the IT companies are doing business for US. So, these are the rule where data leakages may attract a huge penalty. Also there are European Union GDPR, that also you know. So, what I am saying, the CISOs, because I am discussing this with our ministry also, we should have some meeting with the CISOs. So, this part also they should take care, or the company policy should have, that if you are disposing your IT device, you should ensure there are softwares which can assure you that no data traces is there. So, that thing has to be done. So, now there are many other rules, I am not going into details, and this is the international data sheet. There are 94% companies that experience the severe data losses do not recover fully. 51% of the companies close within the 2 years of this incident. 43% of the companies do not reopen again. All those data is available if you are searching internet. And also real IT at risk, 40% of hard drive in UK, it has been found still there, it has been disposed and found there is a data. 7 out of 10 devices were vulnerable of personal identified information in India, 70%. 67% of the IT pros worry about improper data destruction. So, Deloitte report. So, this is a few cases done by Morgan Stanley. There are 60 million fine on 2020 mishandling the retired IT. It is end of life data sanitation has not been done. And also it has been found in USA the government issues phone, computers meant for recycling has been resold without sanitizing data. So, there are many things. This has been done in New Delhi, is our 2019 by a US agency NAID and Stellar, another data sanitation company. They have found there are taken the 311 device, hard drive, memory card, mobile phone, and the data they could retrieve data from 71% of the device. Now, these are the finer details of the memory card, where ordinary process of erasing will not work. So, majority of the things 98% memory card they could retrieve the data. Very sensitive data of personal identity card, banking information, photo, passports, all those data has been recovered. This is the 2024 I have given a top embarrassment list, I should say. The company like Equifax, IBM, Volkswagen, so they have been fined ranging from 10 million US dollars to 700 million US dollar. So, this is the aftermath of data losses for your improper ITAT. So, as we all know, there are many methods of deleting your data. They are how safe they are, you have to know. Deletion, ordinary file removing, it is not effective, as you all know. Formatting, that is also not that effective, you can retrieve the data. Overwriting could be a better way of doing it. So, data wiping with a proper software. So, they can rewrite the another information onto this. So, you cannot. So, many times will be much safer. There are many other means in recycling end or ITAT companies are offering you degaussing. So, if you have a magnetic tape, magnetic hard drive, degaussing will be effective. But if you have a SSD, degaussing is ineffective. As you know, in magnetic field, you are basically the domain of magnets you are changing, so that data will be erased. But very recently you have found another problem. There are recycler are not changing their degausser. You are having a heavy hard drive. So, for TB higher capacity hard drive, and they are using the smaller magnetic field, that is also ineffective. Similarly, there are cryptographic erasing method. and physical destruction method. In physical destruction also we have found that they are drilling the hard drive or they are hammering it, that is ineffective. You require to have a some particle size of destruction. So, these are all some of the things has been done in studying and degaussing mostly in the country, and in other world also it has been done. As I mentioned, physical destruction without having a data trailing, auditing trailing is also not been advised by some of the international law. So, then what are the possibility? So, SSD magnetic field will not be effective. For a hard drive, magnetic hard drive, degaussing is effective, but you have to see the proper magnetic field is there or not. And for other thing, what are the for MacBook, this is all complicated. You require a different type of dismantling method, and then you have to clean in a special software provided by Apple. So, these are then you can apply the software you have in the market. So, if you see the different method we are using for data sanitation, overwriting using a software, proper software which is taking care of the trace data as well, should be the best way of doing your ITAT process. Now, if you see the best option which is taking care of international national law, compliance with the global regulation GDPR, NIST 888, IEEE 2823. So, maximize the device value. So, whatever can be used, you can take care. Sustainable eco-friendly solution, Apple specific secure erase solution, and enhanced security accountability. Now, secure degaussing. So, if you want to do software based, so physical trailing, audit trailing is not possible, and in physical also human intervention is there. So, you may not know which drive they are actually destroying. So, there is no software related logging. So, you cannot trail them, and some of the international law are not allowing that. And so, these are the legal ramification for this ITAT method we should follow when we are doing it. So, as I all know what will be the implication, there are national law now, there are international law. So, you have to take care the data, personal data or also sensitive data of your business should not be compromised when you are disposing of your data. Data loss will be a really business loss for you, and also the deficiency we have observed, as I already already expressed. So, there are improper degaussing, there are improper physical destruction. So, that is not going to help. Now, these are a global standard, data security standard, there are many standards we can follow. There are environmental standard under ITAT, there are IT asset management chain custody standard and circular economy sustainability standard. These are the 4 different bucket we should see whether ITAT is working or not. That is why ITAT market is also growing. So, people have started thinking, because when you are using the device, if you are taking so much of pain or investment, when the disposing things, you should not be careless. Now, what we should do as a CISOs, that you should see that who are the vendors which is having a capability of data sanitation, and that data sanitation should be having a standard like R2 or not, because R2 is the only standard in the world they are taking care of the data sanitation. So, R2 is the least risk. So, your ITAT company having a standard R2, so they will be doing the better job for you. And this is my last slide. So, degaussing, shredding are outdated for modern IT disposal. Data breaches from improper erase are the major risk. Certified data erase and responsible recycling like R2 is the best practices. Benefit of the sustainable ITAT and recycling, regulatory compliance, maximize the device and sustainability environment impact. Thank you very much.